Welcome to Art Scene. Today we're going to be talking two amazing pieces of art, Ballet Memphis. And you can kind of see dancers behind me. And speaking of dancers behind me, these paintings are done by Emery Franklin. He is homegrown. He's from Memphis and he's going places, and we're going to be talking to them today. Welcome to Art Scene. You know, I'm always talking about the jewels that we have in Memphis, and one of the longest lived jewels that we have in Memphis, and one of my favorite, Ballet Memphis, now in their 25th season with a lot of celebrating going on this season. Stephen McMahon, or Steve McMahon.
Stephen McMahon.
McMahon and Julie Niekritz. They are choreographers and dancers with Ballet Memphis. How long have y'all been here?
This is our eighth season.
You started together? Mm-hmm. Would you have started if you'd known he was going to be here?
No, yes, of course.
Ballet Memphis is known for several years they've been doing a program called Abundance. Mm-hmm. I went to see the first and second ones. I don't think I've seen it in the last couple of years, but you're continuing with that this season, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes, we are. It started 5 years ago, as you said, and it was Dorothy Gunther Pugh's way of having a choreographer collaborate with an arts institution within Memphis, or with one of the 4 major religions, or just a way to look at work through dance, to look at the world through dance.
Look at everything in Memphis through dance, and I really like that idea. Is that Dorothy just a genius? And we'll say right now she's a genius, but is just a good idea, or do you walk around all the time going, I could make a dance out of that?
Dorothy really comes to us with her thought. Mm-hmm. Like the seed is planted in our heads from her, and she comes up with this overarching theme that she wants to see, and then once that's established, if we're choreographing, we go at that. Let's
talk about choreography. You're a choreographer and dancer, choreographer, and a dancer. Julie, you?
I'm also the same. Mm-hmm.
Is every dancer a choreographer too? I mean, maybe in their own bathroom, but.
Right. I don't think so. I think like I said, it's a scary thought at first. I never thought I would ever do it, and then there's something inside of you that maybe you want to get out there, and maybe to express yourself in a different way. But it's frightening because you give it to your dancers, and it's out of your power. So it's frightening. It's very scary.
Do they maybe watch you here and say, I think Julie has a dance inside of her that needs to come out? Or
well, luckily here with Dorothy, she's really wonderful at giving us opportunities. So I've been lucky enough to have been given a few opportunities to where I've gotten a few chances to show my stuff, and I think she's happy with it.
We also have our thing at the end of the season when our contract is over. We have a thing called Interior Works, which is produced by the dancers, and it's in this building.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of us
we choreograph on
each other, and then Dorothy sees these things, and from there she starts, you know, kind of nurturing that if she wants to see more from you.
Now, how big is Ballet Memphis? How many dancers and choreographers are here all of the time?
Well, there is
20 dancers.
20 dancers, and I'm also the choreographic associate, and then sometimes Julie or Travis Bradley, they will be asked to choreograph throughout the year. It can vary. And
then we bring in guest choreographers and dancers sometimes too. Ballet Memphis is standalone, but it works with a lot of companies around the country, I would guess, to get access to other dancers and choreographers, or are y'all all alone people?
Yeah, we're always here.
We're always straight.
We are employed to be here for the 38 weeks that we're employed, and we don't necessarily work with other companies, but maybe choreographers from other companies might come and work with us, or that, but no, we are our own little machine here.
Well, I guess that's why it's important for a dancer to also be able to do double duty in choreography, so we see different things. And we seem to see different things from Ballet Memphis all of the time. I mean, you seem to have the classics. You've got Cinderella coming up in April. You're choreographing that, right?
We're restaging it. I choreographed it almost 3 years ago, so we're putting it back on the stage to show you again.
Now, here's my question. I play musical instruments, and you know there are ways to write down the notes, and you know what you're doing. Is there a way to do that for dance, or do you just have to remember
Well, there are official ways, but not very many people know how to use those. But for us, we rely on video and the dancer's memory.
What did you do before? Memory before, right?
Dance and memory, and we those video and memory. That's it.
So, if you're staging something, Swan Lake, you know, which everybody has seen, I hope, because it's fabulous. Is there a lot different you can do to it, or?
It depends on how you want to approach it. You know, like Swan Lake's been around for a long time, and
hundreds of years.
Well, and each company like has a base of what they do with it and what's traditional, and then sometimes they can kind of deviate from that. But for the most part, it stays pretty traditional.
Should stay the same.
But how do you know what it is? If you had not grown up seeing it, if they came to you and said, okay, we're going to do Swan Lake and we're doing a traditional version.
Well, that's why we have ballet masters and ballet mistresses
and
who their job is to, they set it on us. If we were all trying to do it at the same time, it would never get done. So yeah, we have people in charge of us who come and tell us what to do.
Why were you first interested in dance and ballet? I mean, every little girl wants the little pink toe shoes.
Well, I remember Gene Kelly. I grew up watching his movies with my mom and dad, and and I was really little, and I just remember I was like, oh, he's amazing, and he was gung-ho about it, and you could honestly, truly see how much he loved to dance.
I love watching Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire next to each other. They're both doing the same thing, and look, they're both personally coming through. Fred Astaire, I mean, I watch how they put their arms out, and I'll sit there in front of the TV and do it too. And I'm sure you all must do that too. But it's just amazing. They're doing the same thing, choreographed by someone, but each of them is bringing something else to it.
And then I saw Swan Lake when I was very little. That was my first big ballet, and my mom brought me downtown Chicago. We got like crazy last-minute seats, front row. You could feel their sweat, you know. We were that close,
that's
and I
fabulous.
was just in awe, and I knew.
My father used to watch the Jackie Gleason show, and we'd watch the June Taylor dancers. I mean, I was probably 2 years old, and I just thought that was fascinating. I've just always thought dance was fascinating. I love the fact that Memphis, which is a large town, but we all think of it as a small hometown, really. I love the fact that we have Ballet Memphis here, and that we have a permanent set of dancers and choreographers. How many other cities and companies are really lucky enough to do that? And well run enough, I have to say. I
think that that is something that exists in a lot of places, but just the fact that Memphis has something of this caliber is really special.
When you get here and you see the reception that everyone gives you at Ballet Memphis, and the fact that, and I'm sure you see the same people at the performances over and over again, because I think that it's just a hunger that people have. What do you think about do you feel like you're really supported here?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That we love Ballet Memphis and Dorothy Gunther Pugh.
Yes.
So lucky she's from Memphis.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about Abundance. Abundance is February 17th through the 19th. So if you see the show afterwards, Ballet Memphis always has something going on. So what is Abundance about this year?
Abundance this year is Abundance, I think it's called Abundance Reflections, and because it's our 25th anniversary, we're revisiting some of our works that we've done in the past. One of the works is Angels in the Architecture by Mark Godden, Canadian choreographer Mark Godden, and it's inspired by the Shakers, and it's stunningly beautiful.
I love Mark Godden. Yes.
It's beautiful. Another piece we're doing is Venetian Reflections, which was choreographed by Dana Tysoon Burgess, and it's inspired by a painting of a John Singer Sargent painting.
That was at the Dixon.
Yes.
How cool is that? So it really is, you're reaching out there, but you're also bringing it close to home. That's amazing. Have you ever gone back and revisited a dance that you did several years ago, and maybe you have a new insight into it now?
Sure. I mean, we're doing Angels in the Architecture again, and we both did that in our first season.
He was my partner.
And that was the first time we did that.
And that's what happened.
That was really special to us, you know.
So
that's cool.
We're getting to go back and do that again as better and stronger dancers.
Are you partnering in it this year?
No, we're not this time.
Oh, so somebody else is doing those parts.
We're moving on.
Yeah, you have to experience it from all sides.
Of course.
But yeah, it's great to revisit a work.
I love that. How about Cinderella in April?
Yeah, Cinderella.
Cinderella is April 14th through the 15th at the Orpheum. So you've got plenty of time to get your tickets for that.
Yes, Cinderella I choreographed in 2009.
You doing the same?
It'll be almost exactly the same, but you know, as you get to going back and rework things, you
more stuff as you're older.
You get to make things better, and it's definitely 3 years ago, so there's a big time. There's a big, you know.
He's grown as a choreographer too, so he might want to go back and
freshen it up or bring a new perspective to it. I really like that. So if we saw Cinderella 3 years ago, then we're going to see something familiar, but maybe some new stuff as well.
More refined, hopefully.
More refined. I really like that. What do y'all do about costumes? You must go through a zillion billion costumes. Do you make all of those, or you also seamstress?
Oh no, absolutely not. We have a full wardrobe department in the building.
They're amazing.
I am thinking that anything you wanted to do in life, you could probably relate it to dance. You could tell somebody how to dance, you could be a dancer, you could clothe the dancers. Staging, somebody has to do all of that. The lighting for it, the sound, that's absolutely amazing. Abundance, where are we going to see that?
You're going to see Abundance at Playhouse on the Square.
I love Playhouse.
Also, on top of those two pieces that we talked about, there's also a solo for a man that was choreographed by Robert Battle, who is the artistic director of the Ailey Company now.
Oh, yes.
So that's a really fantastic solo. And I also have a piece that I'm set to Edith Piaf songs that they're performing.
Yeah, that they're working on back there right now. We had to turn the music down so you could hear us because we're so important. What would you say to get somebody in who says, I don't like ballet or I don't like dance?
I would say, especially like the Abundance is a great, great first show to see, because it's not just your pretty little tutus. It's there's emotion involved. We have a great mix of work and music.
Which brings all different kinds of dance in, right? Yeah. Are you more traditional personally as a dancer, or are you kind of Alvin Ailey dancer, or what do you think?
Kind of, we come here with a skill set, and then when we come here, we're expected to become versatile, and that's what we do.
We take a ballet class all together every morning for an hour and a half, so we all have a very strong ballet foundation. You have to.
And the teamwork part of it.
Yeah.
That's amazing, because you might be on that stage alone, but you're.
Oh yeah, we're a family here.
We're very close here.
I love that. I'm so glad you all are here at Ballet Memphis. Okay, we have Abundance coming up February 17th through the 19th at Playhouse on the Square, and Cinderella, choreographed by Stephen, April 14th through the 15th at the Orpheum. All wonderful places to see Ballet Memphis. Really quickly, we've got about a minute left. You all also, Ballet Memphis also has exercise or dance classes for the public too, right?
Julie is a Pilates instructor.
Yeah, I teach Pilates
at the
Pilates Center.
We'll talk.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. So leave us with something. What's going on next year with Ballet Memphis? Do we know what's coming up? Is there a surprise?
No
you haven't
idea.
Choreographed anything?
Oh no, not yet. Not for next year. I haven't.
Do you ever dream that you're dancing and you wake up and you don't know the step?
All the time.
All the time.
I think everybody does that with their own profession.
All the time.
Thanks so much for being with me. It's good to see you again, and I'm glad you all are still in Memphis. We're going to watch your career over the next few years. Ballet Memphis celebrating its 25th anniversary, which is pretty big in the world of art, and it's amazingly huge in Memphis. Check it out. Hi, welcome back to Art Scene. We've been to Ballet Memphis, and now we are here at the home of Art Scene. It's the Memphis Library system, and we are at the main library, the Benjamin Hooks Library on Poplar. Emery Franklin is with me, and if you've been to the library, you might have seen some evidence of Emery being here. He has done all these lovely paintings behind us. In fact, Emery, you kind of started the stampede for artists to hang their work at the library, right?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah, you brought yours here. Now everybody wants to be here.
And we basically did a big thing, and my wife, she brought the food and everything, and it was real big. I was like, wait a minute, this got real nice, you know.
You just thought this was your little artwork, didn't you?
Yeah, and so now it's just got bigger and bigger, and I just like to thank them for. I just like to thank them for letting me bring my paintings, you know.
Well, I appreciate you bringing them to the library because the library is for everybody in Memphis, and it gives everybody a chance to see. So this is what I think about painting. I think that I would probably be a terrific artist if I really could paint, but I don't think that I can. We've got some painting of yours behind us, and I don't want you to turn around, but my favorite painting, which we had to strong-arm Emery into hanging, was one of your first efforts, right? And you've certainly evolved beyond that, but tell me about the process of painting. When did you start and why?
I started painting when I was about 5 years old.
Oh my gosh. So I'm behind already.
My mom bought me my first paint set, and I was like, this is me. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Did your relatives look at it and say, he's got something there, or was it just the scribblings of a little 5-year-old?
Well, you know what? I basically said to myself, like, this is what I like, you know.
At 5 years old?
Yeah, and so I like this. This is me. I love painting. And so I kept painting, and I kept, you know, our base was on this. I was just kept painting, and I just basically just got better and better.
You just needed to.
And better, yeah.
What do you attribute that to? Because I promise you I didn't know anything when I was 5 years old.
Well, one thing what I did, I kept thinking real positive. And because I came from like a rough part of town.
An unpositive experience.
Yeah, and it was, you know, when
You're from Memphis.
Yeah, I'm from Memphis, and I came from a part of town when it was real bad. So I said, okay, I'm not going to be in that right there. So I'm going to do something that I like doing, and something that's going to, you know, actually see something that people going to really see something better than trying to sell drugs and all that kind of stuff. So I said, I'm basically just going to paint. This is what God has, this is what he said to me. This is your gift, and I want you to just keep on doing it. And business has been real good.
Well, I can see why, because I love the paintings. I love your use of colors. The brighter paintings are my favorites because I'm all about bright color, but I like that you don't depend on those exclusively. You seem to mix in different colors for whatever subject. The one right behind me with the sky, I totally love that sky. Tell me the story about that.
That certain painting is, this is this guy, he's right out in the field, but now he was kind of sad, so he went inside his little house, and he put on his best suit, and he went out in the field, and he said, I'm just going to just play music. And so while he's just playing real good, the sky started moving, and the rain and the clouds started, and so it was basically like he playing music, and forced the wind and all this stuff was going on, you know, and that's one of my favorites right there.
This is what I have found out over and over talking to people through the years, that somebody talented is talented in more directions than just one. This sounds like you could be a writer also.
Really?
Yeah, this sounds like you could be a writer. Have you ever written?
No, I haven't, but I basically, I like to play music too, so I basically paint for a while, and then I play music for a while. I paint and I play music.
What I find interesting is that you can take lemons and turn them into lemonade. This painting right back here over my shoulder, The Women.
Yeah.
I really like that painting. Tell me the story. What happened to that painting?
That painting, that was a real big painting. And one day I was trying to do something with it, and I had like a sharp something in my hand, and I actually punctured it and cut it. I said, oh no, no. So I actually got some scissors and just cut it down and put it back on the what you call.
So even your paintings change after they've been painted.
Yeah, yeah.
I just love that. You are featured in February's edition of American Art Collector, telling a little story about you. Now you have your paintings here at the library, but where else do you have your paintings?
Right here in Memphis, I have my paintings in about 4 galleries in Memphis.
What kind of experience is that when you take a painting to a gallery for the first time and say, this is me? I mean, because these paintings are you. They're coming out of your soul. Are you interested? Would you like to hang it? Is it good enough? Is your stuff good enough for somebody to see?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I do. I actually pray. I said, God, I want to be in this gallery. I want to be in this gallery, so I want to bring my best art. And first thing I gotta do is I just say to him, say, look, I want to take my art to the next level. So I always try to bring it to, I'm always trying to take it to the next level.
You're asking for something, but you're intending to give something back to it at the same time. I kind of like that. Maybe I've been leaving that out of my prayers. I'm going to have to work on that. So have you been rejected in your chosen field?
I've been rejected a lot of times. But I basically go back again. And I said, okay, this one is, no, that don't look too much. I keep painting. I said, this gallery, I want to be in this gallery. So I keep going back, and then they say, okay, yeah, okay.
How influenced are you by outside opinion then?
Not a whole lot, because I'm actually painting against myself. I basically paint like this right here. I'm trying to outpaint myself. So as soon as I get to, paint a painting, then I say, it don't look right. So I start on another painting. So then when I'm finished with that one don't look right neither. But I sign my name on it because I'm finished with it.
So you have to distance yourself from your art in order to have a little perspective about it.
Yeah, because I'm constantly trying to outdo me.
Well, how do you pick up the brush the first time? Do you think, does something inspire you and you say, okay, I want to paint that, or how do you even put the first stroke on the canvas?
The first thing I do, I have the blank canvas.
That would be so intimidating.
One thing I like about that is a blank canvas. But I basically have like 5 or 6 of them at a time, just blank canvas.
Wow.
And so I'm like, okay, I got to paint. I got these blank canvas saying, okay, I'm ready. And so I might paint on this one for a while. I might paint on this one for a while.
Do you have to paint like something you don't really intend to paint to get it started and then you find your groove and get into it?
No, you know what I do? I basically can see the painting inside my head first.
Wow, that's a very nice gift. Have you studied? You've been painting since you were 5, but have you had any formal training?
No, I just kept painting.
Wow.
And kept saying to myself, think positive. Don't give up. Don't give up.
If you had to classify your style of painting, I think the early one, which I just absolutely totally love, with the colors in it, very exuberant and abstract. Mm-hmm. So what do you think your style of paint, if you had to write to somebody and say, this is what I paint? American folk art?
I don't know. I really couldn't tell, because I paint landscapes, I paint people's faces, I paint, so I'm basically like 5 or 6, painters in one.
So you can be inspired by anything and pick up a brush and paint. What do you prefer to paint?
I prefer to paint the one that's going to sell.
I think we're related.
Okay.
That is absolutely excellent. How many paintings do you have on the easel right now? What are the subjects?
Matter of fact, I'm doing a show next month.
In February?
Yeah.
Okay, because this show's in February.
Yeah.
So
it's the Harlem Fine Art Show, and it's like the Super Bowl of black art shows.
It is, but I am thinking that our hometown Emery is going to show up very nicely at that.
I pray I do.
What's the outcome of that? Do you sell paintings there too as well?
I sell a lot of them.
Also, the whole art critic world is going to see you there too, right?
Yeah.
How many artists will be there?
Ooh, the best.
Is it going to be online? Can the rest of us follow it?
Yeah.
You're going to write and tell us when you're is there like a competition there? Does somebody win the best artist of the?
Matter of fact, they have a lot of different. They have like a thing where they want to have a certain artist painting on you know, like a flyer, you know, like a brochure.
To advertise
like
it, yeah.
And they chose one of mine.
You're kidding.
So,
you didn't bring me one. Okay,
so,
I want one of those flyers. That's
so,
pretty
you know,
high praise indeed.
Yeah.
That's amazing. How long are your paintings going to be here at the library?
It's going to be here for a month.
All during February? Are they going to be here all during February?
It's actually going to be finished next week.
So by the time February hits, because this show airs in February, so we won't be able to see your paintings at the library.
Nah, that's going to be it.
But you know what? The library is going to have other artists here, and you need to come and check them out. And then you will see Emery again. You can always go. What are some of the where are your galleries? What galleries are you in?
I'm at Thomas
Kincaid.
Gallery 56.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So man,
that's a nice one. You're at some good ones. You don't have to buy when you go to the gallery. Just go and check it out. Emery, thank you so much for being with us.
Miss Rhonda, I thank you. I thank you for setting an example for everybody. Just pick it up and do it, and you don't have to hit the streets. You don't have to sell drugs. No, you ain't got
and maybe
to.
something glorious will come out of it. Emery, thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss Rhonda.
Come to the library. It is a treasure in Memphis. Well, now you know everything. At least you know that you should at least pick up a brush and start painting. And you need to get out and check out Emery Franklin's work around Memphis. You're going to find it, and he'll be at the Harlem Art Show too. And also, now you know more about dancing from the Ballet Memphis, and you need to check them out too. These are two of our greatest treasures right here in Memphis, and it's all wide open to you. Get out and enjoy your city.
When my mom gets drunk, she starts yelling about everything she thinks is wrong with me. It's terrible. At Al-Anon family groups, I found the help I needed. If someone's drinking bothers you, call 1-888-4-AL-ANON or visit alanonfamilygroups.org.
Be out there. Be out there. Be out there.
Be out there.
Time was, kids did what came naturally. Spending free time running barefoot through the grass, wading knee-deep in streams, climbing to the tallest branch. But today, American kids are more likely found texting, watching TV, or gazing at a computer screen. They spend more than 7 hours in front of electronic media. Something essential has been lost: childhood's connection to the natural world. That's why National Wildlife Federation created the Be Out There movement. Kids move indoors causes a host of problems, from obesity to ADHD. But outdoor play can go a long way to improving kids' health. Body, mind, and spirit. It helps them stay fit, enhances creativity and attention spans, and could even make them better students. Do your part. Be a part of Be Out There. There's a reason why they call it the great outdoors. Learn more at beoutthere.org.
Be out
there! To take a clean breath of air shouldn't have a price tag on it.
Our river here is already contaminated with mercury.
My water was kind of yellow and it has a rusty smell.
My lungs are shot, my hands are numb.
The incidences of asthma and hospitalizations and respiratory problems.
All the children that are ending up in the emergency room not being able to breathe.
I'm tired of people in my church dying from all kinds of cancer.
And I just think that every day we're threatened.
You listen to your coughing child upstairs, you wonder, should I be living here?
We need to make the transition yesterday.
How many people's lives is it worth?
I'm sure there's stories just like ours all over this country.